Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing the 90s cartoon book tag. So I know I normally say that my hair is super messy, but like today it's actually super messy and I tried fixing it, but it just keeps going back to this. So we're gonna have to deal with that. But anyways, I'm excited to do this book tag because I was looking for other book tags to do and I came upon this one, which is the 90s cartoons book tag, which makes me feel just so nostalgic because I grew up on 90s cartoons. So this is a lot of fun for me getting to like reminisce on these cartoons and then choose books that kind of like pair well with them. So speaking on nostalgia, the first one is Rugrats. And so this is to choose a book that is like a nostalgic read for you. So I don't like, it's nostalgic to me because I've only read it the one time. Well, that's not true. I read it a couple times as a kid, but it's a middle grade book series. I chose the whole series because like I couldn't just pin it down to one, but that is the Island series. So I loved these books when I was a kid, and I got these actually through like the Scholastic like newsletter things that you could bring home and order books through school. So I got this full series through that, and this is essentially about a group of kids who are stranded on an island after they're like on this like boat trip, but then they get stranded on the island because something goes wrong, and then the group of kids have to like learn to survive together on this island and eventually hopefully escape. So it's a whole collection of three books. It is so much fun. I really enjoyed reading this. Also because like I love survivalist stories, so I enjoyed that. Like that's been something that I've liked ever since I've been a kid. So it was fun to like experience it this way and then explore more survivalist stories as I got older. It also is like part of why I love the show Survivor so much because I'm just like, yes, I want to go to an island and survive. But yeah, I don't know if I would ever be able to be on that show because I know that there are big spiders on those islands. And I'm a wimp when it comes to big spiders. So yeah, I don't think I would do very well in that regard. But yeah, this series was a lot of fun. And I know a lot of you have probably read this if you are a 90s kid or like early 2000s kid. So yeah, I thought I'd show this one again. Also, Rugrats is like such a good show. I just, I loved that show growing up. I would watch it anytime it was on TV. All right, so the next one is Doug. I didn't watch this one as much, but I did watch it a little bit. And so the prompt for this one is to choose a book that's about growing up. So for this one, I chose The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta because the whole duration of this book takes place from when the main character, Michael, is like pretty much born until he's in his like early 20s. So it's like a whole span of him growing up, which is what we're looking for. So I thought that this one fit really well for that prompt. It also is about kind of like becoming the person that you are, growing into your own self and learning about yourself. And so I thought that that was a good thing to have as prompt because it's like very much like self-discovery, and I think self-discovery is part of growing up, which is fantastic. This book is also completely told in verse, and it's such a beautiful, inspiring book. So if you ever want something that's got like flowery writing, but that's also going to make you feel like good, read this book. Next up, we have Johnny Bravo. And so this is to choose a book where you don't like the main character. And I totally get this. I think Johnny Bravo, like the main character, is kind of annoying, but I still watched the show quite a bit because it was pretty funny. But what I chose for this one was Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera because the two main characters are twins in this book. And one of the twins is so annoying. I like I couldn't handle them. I I think I originally gave this book like a higher rating, but like when I reflect on it, which I have reflected on it multiple times since reading it, I don't think it deserves the high rating I gave it. Now that I've read other books that are also urban fantasy, this one doesn't exactly hold up to those ones. So yeah. But the main character, I think his name, I want to say his name is Brighton. Does it say on the back? It doesn't say on the back because this is an art copy, but I'm pretty sure that one of the brothers' names is Brighton or something along those lines. He was so annoying and so predictable in like everything he did. So that kind of like took away from the story because I was like, he's doing everything you would expect him to. There's no surprises here, which is not fun. Like I like to be surprised when I'm reading. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer. So this one, essentially the premise is it's like an urban fantasy. So like they're living in like an urban area, but they also have people that have powers. And there's, I think you can like get powers through taking like these certain drugs or something like that. And so like some regular people are starting to delve into the drugs so they can have powers and feel like actual people that have powers, or like were born with powers. And there's a whole thing to do with like phoenixes or something. It's been a long time since I've read this, but like clearly it hasn't stuck with me too long. But yeah, I know the sequel just came out. I probably won't read it. I might actually get rid of this arc because like I don't really like it that much. But yeah, the main character of this book really annoyed me. So there's that. The next cartoon option is South Park, and this is actually one that I did not watch. So I like grew up in a pretty like religious family, so I wasn't allowed to watch like that or The Simpsons because they were pretty like vulgar cartoons with questionable comedy in it. So I didn't really watch any of that. I've seen like episodes of The Simpsons here and there now, but like I still don't think I've watched an entire episode of South Park like ever. So I can't really talk too much about that cartoon. But the book I chose for this one is actually the Deadpool graphic novel because, as we all know, Deadpool is very questionable in his humor as well. Sometimes it borders on murdering people and he thinks it's funny. So that's Deadpool. It was this one. I was also close to picking Saga, but like I talk about Saga so much that I wanted to switch it up a bit. So definitely Deadpool. Yeah. If you've seen his movies or read any of his comic books, you know that his humor is definitely questionable, but it's the part that like makes it so good. It's what keeps bringing me back to read more about Deadpool because I just want to see what he gets up to next, since he's such like a wild card of a character and you never really know what to expect with him. It's always a fun time because of that reason. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun. This is it says the complete collection, but this is like volume 1, and then I have 2 more volumes after this, and I want to keep collecting more Deadpool because I have enjoyed all of the comic books that I've read of Deadpool. They're all so fun. So yeah, and I always find myself like chuckling while I'm reading the books because he's just such a wild card and such a weirdo, but I love him. So yeah, definitely Deadpool. Next up we have Powerpuff Girls, and I loved the Powerpuff Girls. I was having a really hard time remembering the red Powerpuff Girl for so long, but then I finally remembered her name is Blossom, and then we have Buttercup and Bubbles. I loved the Powerpuff Girls. This is such a good show, so much fun. So the prompt for this one is to choose a book with a kick-butt female lead. And so for this one, I think this would count. I chose the Young Elites because the main character, Adelina, I think she is personally kicking butt all the time. She's also very morally gray, so that could be up for debate with whoever you speak to, but I think she's a very badass character, and you do not want to mess with her because she will mess with you right back. So that's who I would choose for this. I know there are a lot of ones that I could have mentioned, like The Hunger Games or Divergent. Like there's a whole bunch of ones like that where there's definitely very evident, prominent, strong female characters, but this one, like I want to highlight this one more because I do really like this series. I am really glad that I read it, and I just like when a character is not like 100% good, you know? I like a little bit of evil in them. I'm also very partial to enjoying villains more than heroes, so that could be why. But yeah, I think this one was a lot of fun. And it definitely gives you like 2010s YA vibes, like when you're reading this book. So if you like those, you'll like this. The next one is called Rocket Power, and it looks familiar, but I don't think I've ever watched this show. Or maybe I have and I saw like an episode here or there, but like I didn't get too into it, so I'm not too familiar with it. But the problem for this one is to choose your favorite sports themed scene from a book. And I don't really read a lot of books that have sports themes in them. So I just went ahead and chose the entire Percy Jackson series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, because there's multiple scenes where they're like at their Camp Half-Blood, and they're doing like different events like capture the flag and like obstacle courses and like climbing walls and things like that. So I would just pick that as like a general like overview, because like camp activities are fun. So yeah, I loved capture the flag when I was a kid, and I loved playing that at school. I could do like short sprints. I'm not like a long sprinter, but I could do like short sprints for the goal of getting the flag and getting the hell out of there. So that was fun. But yeah, I would just choose the series overall because they go through a lot of different obstacles that could be considered kind of like sports themed. So I thought that fit. And it was a good series. I really enjoyed this one. And then the last one is Futurama, which is also another one that I haven't watched too much of, but I feel like I would really enjoy this series. Like, I think I should watch more of it because I've only seen episodes here and there. But this one is just choose your favorite sci-fi, and I know you guys are going to get sick of me saying this. But yeah, it's right here. I mentioned this in my last video. I mentioned this in a lot of videos. But like, if somebody asks me to say my favorite sci-fi, I can't say it's not this. So I have to show you the same book over and over again. Here you go. Red Rising. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into detail on this one. You guys know I've talked about it so many times. So Red Rising, favorite sci-fi. And that's it for the 90s cartoon book tag. I'm going to put the information in the description down below because this was originally a book tag created by a booktuber, but I tried to go to the original video and it seems to be no longer there. So I will link to the blog post that I found it at so you guys can go check it out as well if you guys want to try out this tag. Also, because this is such a fun, like, nostalgia tag, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite 90s cartoon was, because I'm always interested to see what you guys will say for that. If I had to pick a favorite 90s cartoon, oh, this is hard. I don't even know what I would choose for this, because there's so many options. I'll have to think about this one and get back to you guys on this, because there are a lot of options to like go through. But let me know what yours is in the comments down below. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as linked by my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Mondays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.